Hi guys, good afternoon. Welcome back. Still on our training. All right. So today we'll be proceeding very fast, and we'll be doing building our dashboard today, right? So having created all our dimensions, having created the date table, having created the measures that we will need, and our model is fine, right? Then we can now start creating our dashboard. So let's get started. So the first metric I want to show now, when building a dashboard, I think I've mentioned this, right? Line chart is suitable for trends, time series analysis. um, Bar chart, right, is suitable for categorical data. Horizontal bar chart is suitable for categorical data as well, but when the label is long, you use horizontal bar chart. Pie chart, right, is the best when you are dealing with categorical data between the of variable 1 to 10. So let's say, for example, you are talking about department in an organization. Maybe they have 5 departments, and you want to represent top performance by department between 5. That's just 5 departments. You can use a pie chart. So when you have such categorical data between 1, let's say 5 and 10, then bar chart is used. Card is used to show KPIs, right? Map, of course, to show maps. Filter to filter your visual, very important, right? The combination tree to do root cause analysis, right? And then we have waterfall chart. So waterfall chart is suitable when you are comparing percentage decrease and increase, so you use water chart, right? um Then we have area chart, right? So area chart is also good for time series analysis. You can see it's just like a line chart, just that it's more it has an area. So right, and then you have a stacked column chart. So when you have a line chart um and a bar chart, so you can use them as well. So basically those are some of the charts. So when choosing your visuals, your visuals, you pick from here. So this is what we call the visualization pane, the feed pane, the filter pane, right? Filter pane is where you drop, maybe you want to filter some stuffs out, so we'll check that. Then the feed pane is where you pick your measures and your tables as it requires, right? So let's get started. Now the first thing is, depending on your report, right, you can increase or decrease your canvas. So this place is what we call your canvas. This is where you drop your visuals. So you can increase or decrease, right? How do you do that? So you can come to this pane here. Now it might be different on your own um Power BI. I'm using the latest Power BI. You can check for that from help and about. So help and about, you see your version. I'm using 64-bit March 2022, so I'm using the latest. So, and in the latest there has been some upgrades, right? So you can see that there is page version now. There is now there is canvas setting, right? Before now there is no canvas setting. There is now wallpaper filter pane. So this canvas setting, this type here, is where you can increase the size. So this current size is 16 by 9 inches, right? You can have 4 by 3. I can also custom and say, okay, I want to increase it. So you can see the height is 720 pixel, the width is 1280 pixel. So I can decide to say, okay, I want this one to, like, let's say 1000. So you can see it will increase, my report size. So you can see that it has increased. So depending on what we want, right? So I can say, okay, give me this one to 1400, for example. Then it increases my report page, right? So I can align left, I can align top, depending. So I can reduce this so that I'll see what I need to see. So this is where you do a page report setting. You have your page information. So this here is where you can bring in your wallpaper. Maybe you have a wallpaper you want to bring in. You can browse for the image here. Alright, so if I have an image, a background I want to use, I can just pick from my folder. Alright, so I can image fit. Then you can change your image to make it fit this report and all that. So, and if I want to use my home background, right, so I can say, okay, I don't want it to be white, you can change it to any other color. Alright, and then I'll reduce transparency. You can see the background has changed. You can see there are different fits. So that is not clicking, but let's do that. So that is that about that. So let me return it back to white. All I need to just do is increase transparency and it's back to white. Right, so this is your visualization, and this is where you see your format page, right? Format, this format. So this is where you format. You want to increase the font, you want to change the font, you want to change the color, you want to add header, you want to change the size, you want to, this is where you pick that. So let's start off. Now I'm going to be starting off with the cards, right? So I want to show in my card total orders, total profit, total sales. I want to also show total discounted sales, and maybe percentage sales, right? So let's do that. So all I need to do is just pick a card, right? You can see this my card, right? How many cards am I using? So you have to ensure it's well arranged, right? How many cards am I using? 1, 2, 3, 4. So average 5. So let's not make it too much. So let me just pick percentage sales, total profit, total orders. That's 3, 4. That's 5. That's like 6. So let's just do 6, right? So what do? I can expand this my card, right? Let's say let me bring this down. Let me go to home. I can say insert a text box. I need a title, right? So I want my title to just be, no, this is the card. Insert text box. So this is the text box. Let me move the text box up. Let me delete this one. You have to click on the edges before you can delete a text box. So there is one text box here. I want that to be my title. So let's say I want it that way. There is another text box here. So there is one here, right? There's one there. So you have to click at the edge before you can delete. So I've deleted that one. So this is my card, right? You can see it's giving me an idea of. So what I want to do is I want my card to be up. Then at the middle, I want to see. I will still change it away from card, right? I want to see line charts or bar chart, right? And below I want to see tables. All right, I want to see tables. So this how I want. Let me change this to bar line. Let me just change to bar. So these are. So I want this to be my title part. So I want this to be the cards. I want this to be. So this is how you arrange your visuals, right? So the title comes first, the cards or the KPIs follows, and then you have your bar chart, line chart, and all that at the middle. And then if you want to add any table or matrix, let that one be done. So it aligns, right? Now, the next thing is you have to ensure that your tables and your charts are of the same height. So let's say this is my card. This is the length I want for my card. This is the length of this, right? I can extend this. So it's covering both part now, and then I can come to visual. I can come to visuals, right? So I can come to visuals. Oh, wait, I should be seeing. Okay, there is no visual here presently. That's why. So let me just add something so that we can work with that. Let me just add ID. Okay, so it's back now. So I've added ID. So instantly you can see x-axis, y-axis, secondary axis, grid lines, and everything. This is the latest. This is the latest. This is the latest Power BI. All right. This is the latest Power BI. All right. That's why you can see here it has changed. Before now, everything is there. So to change the length and the breadth of this visual, you come to general, right? General. So in general, you can see two tips, header icons, effects. So a lot of things have changed, which is very nice. So where we come to is properties, right? So before now, there is nothing like this arrow. If your version is the old version, you cannot do this arrow thing. You just have to enter, and then there is no point. There is no opportunity to increase and decrease. So which has improved, right? So um, let me reduce this. I just want to get the current size. So general properties. So the current height is 792, the width is 1.4. So and I want that height to contain both the chart and the table. So I need to divide the height by 2. So what is 792 divided by 2? That is 396. Right? So you can take a calculator to do that. Okay, so 792 divided by 2. So 396. So I'll just highlight this and write 392. Alright, so you can see the height has reduced. Then okay, so 392 1004. So I can just change this as well. Come to this, I won't see it. So let me just add something for now so that I will see general, and then I'll change this one to 392 as well. Alright, so 392. So it's saying, so let's reduce this one. Okay, so let me change it now. 392. Okay, it's fine now. So I can bring it down. Check this 392. My card. I can, let me just put something in the card as well, so that I will be able to come to general properties and then change the height to, let's say, 145, right? Okay, so you can also change position, right? So horizontal position, but before now, if you are using the old version, what you see here is X position and Y position. All right, but they've changed a lot of things now. So X position means sorry, horizontal position means where it should be on this side, right? So it's on 0. And vertical position means where it is here. So meaning the distance from this top to this place is 61, and 0 means there is no space beside. So I can say let the height be, let's say 55 for example, and then let's say I want spaces beside, right? So let me say I want 5 beside. So this value is required. Okay, let's just leave that. So the value should be less than or equal to 0. Let me see. So let's just, so 60, let's make it 55. So we are good now. All right, so we can now bring in now this one too. The width is, you can check the width for this. You can see the width is 1004, the height is 146. The height is okay, but you know we are dividing this width 1004 by 5 kpis, by I mean 5 cards. So you have to divide 146 divided by 5. So whatever it gives you, so I have 29.2, but there is no, oh sorry, 1004 divided by 5, 1004 divided by 5. So I have 280. So I need to change this to 280. All right. So, but let's make it 275 because there should be a space between each of them. So 275. Now I can now duplicate this. You can see the settings: 0, 55, 146, 275. So everything. So when you are duplicating now, I can duplicate by saying CV, so that I just bring them CV. CV. Don't worry, we'll still do adjustment data CV. So let's confirm if all these properties are fine. Okay, so they are fine. We might have to, I think we still have a bit of space, so maybe we might just increase. Let's make it 280, right? Let's take it back to 280 and see, or 278. 278, 278, 278. All right, 278, and then 278. Right, just for me to be able to see where each of these cards end, so I can add a border. We come to visual. All right, they've changed a lot of things, right? You can see it's different, so you might be seeing it in a different way on your, so just, so I think it could be this effect. Okay, you can see it is on under effect now. So I will on border. So border is on now. So if you see now, there is a border around this. So if I want to affect, instead of doing the same for everything, I can just click on this one, come to home, all right, and then click format painter. So I can now format painter, go back to format painter, click on the next one I want to apply that border, format painter. On the next one I want to apply the border, format painter, and on the last one. So let me check these 278, are they all 278? You have to confirm, because if these sizes are not the same, it will not give your visual the best look. Now they are on the same row now, but we want to ensure that they are evenly distributed on that row, and they have the same different sizes, because that will make your visual very nice. So I want to highlight everything now. So I've highlighted the first one. I will click on control, highlight the second, highlight the third, highlight the fourth, highlight the fifth, and then come to format here, and then click on align. So I will say distribute horizontally. So let's first of all, so before that, let's first of all space them. So let's space them. Let's space this one to the file. So now let's click on it again, and then this, so that the spaces, okay, this one looks like it's bigger. They all 278. They all 278. So I was saying 27. Let's do 276. Right. Let's come here 276. Yeah, 276. Yeah, 276. Yeah, 276. So that we can have more space. So let's click on each now, and then distribute it horizontally, so that the spaces will be evenly distributed, right? So you can see that it has rearranged it, and it has made sure that the spaces between all of them are now evenly distributed. Click out, just come here and click out, or let me just click out here. So you can see that it's nicer now. You can also, now your title is here, you can also give it, you can see that your title is a bit bigger, so you can reduce it. Alright, so instead of doing it manually, you can come to the height again, make it 53, so that it might not want to so let's do 50. So it has given you 50. Now you can see that there is now a bit of space between that. Then let's add border. So let's on border for the guy too. So you can see that there is now border now, right? So it's looking so nice now. Let's add border for this as well. Let's add border for this as well. Now these are all metrics, right? I want to, but okay, you click out, you should be able to. So now it's fine. Now let me just say Eagles training, Eagles, Eagles training dashboard. So I've written that. I can centralize it and then increase the font. So let's say 24. All right. So let's make it 20. Yes, 20 is okay. English training dashboard. So your look and feel is very important. So here, let's say I want to put one line chart and one bar chart here, right? So I have this. So I can come. I've clicked on this. So to show me the height and the width. The width is 1/4. I want to divide it by 2. That's 700 each, right? So I can just make it 690 each. You can see it has reduced, and then Ctrl CV to duplicate. Ctrl CV to duplicate. Alright, so I can increase it a bit because the space between them is still that much. Come to general properties, 690, let's make it 695. Let's make it 695 as well. So let me make it 6. Okay, so it's looking nice now. It's looking nice now. So then also, so it's equal. If you can see, this is even two and a half of this. So now it's so nice now. All right. So that is how you can give. So let's increase the size of this, the height of this a bit to 394. Right, 394. So it's giving us error because there is no more space here. So 394 is nice now. So 394. So it's looking nicer now. So this is how you can divide your dashboard so that it makes sense. And it's so in the next video I want to make it into two. In the next video you will now get we'll now start building our dashboard. I hope you've learned something. See you in the next video. All right, so we've done that. It's looking nice now, but you can see that on this side there is a space, but there is no space here. All right, so what we can do in that case is you can check this and check this, right? That they click both using control, and then I can now come to format and say group. So I'm grouping those two. So when I now come back to this format pane and my properties, it should give me the height, the width of these two, which is 1395. So I can do same for these guys, this, 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 and this, and then as well group it, right? So when I group it now, I can check the width as well. So I will change it to 1395 now, so that it will be the same with the second point, right? So I can now click on them together. So if I want to see each the group, I can come to format, right, and come to selection. So I'll be able to see those groups. You can see this is one group, this is one group, right, and this is another group. Okay, it's grouping them together, right? So which I don't want, so I'll just say on group. So I will right click on that group and say on group. So it's group one is just that one. So I want these guys to be the another group entirely, the cards, right? All the 5 cards. So I've grouped them, I've highlighted them using control, clicking on control down. You see as it's highlighting them. Sorry, table should not be there, it's just the cards. So it's complete now. I will just right click and say group. So you can see that I can group from different points. I can come to format and group, or come here and group. So I have this, so I can check the height and then change it to, I think we've done that, 1395. So what I need to now do is centralize it, right? So I will do the same for this guy, 1395. 1395 as well. So I will make this one also 1395. 1395. So everybody is on the same page. So I can now come here, come to format, click on the text box, come to format and say align. so I want it to be center, align center. I'll do same for group 2, right? Align center. Do same for group 1, align center. Do same for this last one, align center. So if you close these guys now, right, and click on this dotted line, so that you click on this dotted line or somewhere, not on anything, just around that, you can see that everything has the same space on the left and same space on the right, so which is what we want to achieve. So now we can start building our report, right? It now depends on the next thing is, what color do I want to use? So let's say I just want something, a color like this, right? Let's say I want a color like this, which is nice, and I want the background to be like ash. So I have to ensure that none of this is being clicked. This one is clicked now, so if I apply anything, it will apply it for this table part. So I have to come to this dotted line and place my cursor around it, so that it will unclick everything, and then come to format, right, page background. So I want it to be something like an ash, right, and then I will now reduce transparency. So that background now is now ash, right? Okay, so the next thing I have to do is these guys now, let's say I want their own background to be white. All right, so come to general, right, if is it effect now, effect, yes, background. So make the background white. Okay, background, so white, I want it white. So you can see, so I don't want, now at this point I don't want to put border, so visual border, I will off it, right? All I need to do is just come to format pane and apply to this, format pane, apply to this, format pane, apply to, you see one kind of a brush, that means, so format to this, right? I'll do same for this. I want the background to be white. Alright, same for this. I want the background on it, make the background white. So it's looking nice. The same thing for this guy. Can make the background white as well, or I can exchange it now. Alright, I can make the background that ash. So now how do I copy that same ash? So I will have to unclick everything, come to this page, the general page, background. So this is the ash I'm using, so that I maintain consistency. I will come to more colors, right? This is the hash color code that I'm using. So I will copy this, Ctrl C to copy, and then go back to the title that I want to use, the hash also, the title. I come to effect now, right? So background, I want the background to be that same color, so I come to more colors, and I will now paste that same color, so that it will take the same color that I was using, reduce this guy, so that it gives me, all right. Or I might just want to make it a bit darker compared to others, all right. And then I will now make the font now from here. Click on this arrow here, highlight it first, click on the arrow, and then click white, right? So that is white. You can bold it so that it's a bit, all right. So I want to make this background a bit lighter, all right. So I come here, canvas background, So I can either do it this way by reducing transparency. I think it's fine now by me. So let's ensure these guys does not have effect. These guys do not have border. So I'll just uncheck this. The same thing for these guys. I don't want border, so I have to click it one by one. How do I click? You know, it's been grouped. How do I click what I one by one? I will have to click it twice. That gives me the click one by one. So come to format, come to what's the name now, board. So come to general, effect. All right, so you click on this. I don't want to remove border. Okay, I think I've done for that. So let me do for this as well, remove border. So let me come back to selection, group 2, is it group 1? I think there is a background there, so let's remove that. It is each of these that we want the background to be white, not the selection. General, effects, background on, and fully white. Selection, background on, and fully white. So I think we are good. This is looking nice. All right, so I will want to change the background of this. Let's make it something more appealing. Okay, so that it protrudes out a bit. So remain the border of this. So let's remove border from this guy so that we are all on the same page. So let's check the property. Is this still 1395? Okay, so 1395. Click out here. So I would want to reduce the height a bit. Alright, so what I can do in that case is come here, come to general, come to effect, properties, and then I'll say the height, make it 393. Then I will move the position, the vertical position, to 603. Alright, so that it jumps up a bit. Alright, this is nice now, so that there is a space at least down there. So you can see that it's like its own width is a bit larger, so it's not giving us. So let's reduce this by 3. Right, the width by 3. So and then let's click out to see. Should be equal now. Okay, it's good now. So but let's now centralize to see align center. Okay, so this is now. So let's start inputting our data. The first thing is click on this. This is not giving us a space. I think we talk that's group 2, right? Is that 1395 properties? So why are we not having that space? So let's make it 1393 and then format and then align center. Let's make this one also 1393. Right, align center. Okay, I think it's cool now. Okay, so let's start. So all I need to do is click on each, ensure you are clicking on each. So we are removing global. We want to add total, we want to see total sales. All right, we want to see unique number, so we have to be on checking this and then adding what unique orders, total unique orders. Uncheck this, cancel this. We want to see total profits. Uncheck this. We want to see um let's say unique orders, right? Let's look at one other metric. So we want to see average daily. Let's say average daily sales, and then we want to see lastly percentage. So it will give us this. So let's just do average order per customer, right? So this is average order. So but we have to format this. For this, I want us to show, let's say I want us to show, ensure you click it twice so that it picks just one line chart. Let's say you want to show come to your date table, right? Want to pick, so we can create an hierarchy, right? So how do we create an hierarchy? Now we want the hierarchy to be on this month, so I can right click on here and say create hierarchy. So I'm creating a year hierarchy. So what I do is, so you can see that it's just here that is there, right? I can rename my hierarchy. I want to add months to that, quarter, months, and dates to the hierarchy. So I'll come to month, right click, add to hierarchy, add to the year hierarchy. So we add it to this place. I want to add, so I want it to be sequential. So let me remove this from the hierarchy, delete. All right. Then I'll come to quarter first before month. So add to hierarchy the year hierarchy, then followed by months. I want add to hierarchy the year hierarchy. So that's how you create an hierarchy. Then the date, add to hierarchy the year hierarchy. So if you see it now, you notice that under hierarchy now a year, quarter, date. So let me pick this. I now want, you can now use this hierarchy, all right, and then remove this as your x-axis. Sorry. Okay. So and then I want to see how this goes by cumulative sales. I think we did we? So total sales. Okay, total year to date sales, total year to date sales. All right, you can see, and then I want to see it against total sales. All right, and then I thought we did cumulative sales, so I think we've not done cumulative. So let me just quickly, let me create the cumulative measure. I click on the measure table and then say new measure. So how do I calculate cumulative? So let's cumulative. So you use the calculate function, pass in your total sales. All right, then you now filter the date. Now remember we are to use values, right? But you want to convert a column to a table. Remember filter takes a table first. So values the date from your date table, right? And then you can now say filter the date of the date table where date is less than or equal to maximum of what? Of the date. So what are we saying here? So we are saying we want to, because it's cumulative, that is we are adding, if I make 200 naira today, tomorrow if I make 300 now, tomorrow I should be seeing 500. If I make 300 the next day I should be seeing 800. That's is adding up. So how does it add up? It's based on date now. Today, tomorrow, next day. So he's saying if that date with my 3 days example illustration, meaning the maximum date is what? 3. So he's saying show us less than or equal to the maximum date. So if I pick from a filter, I'm picking um I'm picking what's it called now? I'm picking day 2. So it will show me 1 and 2, addition of day 1 and 2. If I did pick day 1, show me just for day 1. If I pick day 3, it shows me addition of 1, 2, 3 based on my filter, right? So I forgot we've not added filter, so we had filter somewhere up there, right? So I want to see, so that's that. So I will just drag it in, right? You see that for cumulative, so I will still drill down so that we'll see how it goes. The reason why it's showing us the same thing here is because you can see everything. So but when we now um so the moment I can come here now, you might not be able to see, but there are funnels here, right? That is showing drill down behavior that well. You can see drill up, you can see drill down. So I want to drill down now. Oh, sorry. So I click on this drill down now. You can see that the pattern has changed. So cumulative. So but cumulative should not be going down at all. So I will check that. Should be going up depending on except so let's just drill up again. Alright, you can drill up again by pressing this. Then maybe drill down by 1. So when you are drilling down by 1 or 2, it means you are going from year to month to quarter, from quarter to month, and from month. So let's remove quarter from this our drill down. Let's just make it month, year, and date. So this gives, you can see year to date. Immediately it gets to December, it comes down again because it's year to date. It starts again year to date. It comes down again, start again year to date. But now I can't see total sales. Yes, year to date. Total sales. Yes, yes. Then cumulative. Calculate. Yes, total sales. So let's change these values to all. Let's see what happens so that it will always be returning. Yes, yes. So we are supposed to use all, right? Because all we give values is giving us back each of the values. But what we want is we want an aggregation across the date. So it should be all. So you can see that it's increasing because it's always adding the next day or the next month to each other. You can see the what's it called now? The blue year to sale date, and then you can see the total sales down here. So if I drill up a bit, let's see how that is. So drilling up, you can see, and then here today, let's drill down. Okay. So let's just leave it this way. Total year to date. This is total. Okay, this is total sales. Then total year to date. So because we are just showing here, so but we'll go to month. So we'll be able to see total year to date. You can see that when it's showing months now, month by month, it's showing year to date, year to date. So let's leave it this way. This is nice. So we can now format this guy to make it better. So we label it later. Um, then here I want to show, let's say I want to show category. Let me drag from my products. All right, from my product table I want to drag in category. All right, remove customer ID. So category, I want a bar chart, right? I want an horizontal bar chart. Category and subcategory, so I can drag it or I select. Sorry, I'm not using that. I should, it should be on axis. Category, subcategory. All right, and then let's look at how they are doing against profit. So profit goes to values. So you can see this is how categories and subcategories. So you can see this is first of all showing what subcategories. So let's drill down so that it will show. You can see it's now showing category and subcategory. So we can drill up. You will need to show just the categories. You can see just showing just the category here. So we just want something of this nature. All right. Then here we want to see a table showing the dates. All right. So let's pick the date table. Right, I now want to see all these metrics. I have a average sales per customer, average sales, average order raised by customer. All right, so we have average sales per customer, average order raised. Let's bring in average monthly. All right, let's bring in percentage. What is it? I don't think it is. I think it should be this. Let me check the formula. Yes, selectors. Yeah, yeah, this is. We don't need this in this kind of metric. Average daily, and talk about last year's sales. Alright, let's look at total discounted sales. Right, so we can do something of this nature. I think uh, total profit. Right. You can now gap this, right, and split this, space it. When you see these two edges, something like a four cardinal point, that's when you shift. Alright, so let's just space it. So you can see that we're good now. Alright, let me play this. So the next thing is now formatting, right? Everything has to make sense. It has to look good, right? So for this color here, to maintain consistency, right? I can make this title total sales. I can make it the color of this and my background here. So I can go to effects and then copy this code. Ctrl C. I will go to colors, more colors, and then I will copy this code. And then come here, come to my format pane, right? You can see category label. So my category label is what is this total sales and order. So I want that color to be that color. So Control V, and then that gives me that color there. So I can decide to say okay, I think it's okay so that it's not too bold, right? Yes, it's fine. It's fine. Any other thing to do there? Yes, it's fine. So I can just format paint, apply it here, format paint, apply it here, format paint, apply it here, format paint, apply it here. So everything has. So total sales, unique orders, total profit, average daily sale, average order raised per customer. So but now average order raised by customer cannot have decimal. So we have to remove decimal from here. Click on the measure and then come to auto, increase it. So that it's average daily sales is fine. Yes, so that it's approximate to, right. So this looks nice now. Now let's come here and format this. Let's go back up. Okay, let's just do this one by the months. Right. Let's make it sales comparison. So we can come to format and then come to general. So general we say title. Our title we don't want that, we just want to say sales. Let's say I want to make it sales comparison, something of that nature, and I want to make it centralized. So I'll just click on centralize. The color, I want the color to be this, for example. I want to make it bold, and I want to, okay, so and I want to give this 12. All right, makes sense, right? So I'll apply the same thing to this, increase to 12, make this Segwa bold, change the font to this, and then centralize. Total profit by subcategory, which is fine by me. So in case I want to, so this, I want this header here to be like the title header. So this column header. So I'll come to effects, effects, what effects? They really changed. So column header is here. So I want the column header to be white and the background to be the color we have for the title, so that it makes sense and gives me consistency. So the next thing is the names on this are not fine enough, right? So they should be named better. Average sales per customer is fine. Average order raised per customer is fine. Average monthly sales should not have to. So I'll come to average monthly sales. Double click it from here. Maybe make this one capital. Average monthly sales. Right. Average daily sales is fine. Last year, so I will change this last year. Let's maintain consistency. Last year, all capital case, sentence case, sales. Hit enter, that changes that. So others are fine. So I might want to, okay, so let me centralize that, so that so column header, and then we say centralize, so that the titles are on the center. Then for that date, the date should not have time. I just need the date. I'll click on my date column in the date table, come to this format here, and then change it to reduce it to maybe this format, so that so you can see it has given us a bit of space and it's nice enough. So I can click on this to arrange in ascending. Let's say I want my arrangement to be based on discounted sales, ascending order, and that does that, right? So this is cool. So I can just expand this Alright, so that everything looks good. In case I don't need the title, I can also remove the title when I come to visuals. Sorry, visual pane, and then you come to totals, right? So if you remove it now, it removes it. So but let's leave it. It's fine. So this is how you build your report. I think this is okay. So the next thing is this number here, unique orders. Unique orders should have comma because unique order. So you can also search from here, right? Where let's say you have a lot of things, you can search from here, and then that takes you there. So I want the unique orders to have a comma because it's in thousand, so 1038. All right. So I think this is, then I want to reduce these guys to, so I can just clear that and then come to one to or to auto, right? Or zero decimal place. I just want it this way. Profits as well. Click on it, click on this, reduce it to zero, so it looks nice. So we can leave this as this way because its average daily sales is good. So we can just make it one decimal place. So click this auto twice. That takes us to one decimal place. Okay, so I want it to go back to k, right? So format, come to call out values. That's the value there. Is on auto. I want it in thousands, so you can see thousands, and yes, I think it's fine like that. I can reduce the number to, like, let's say I want it in one decimal or two. Oh, sorry, I'm on this. Let's make it, so let's make it this way, one decimal for this. So I think this is good. All right. So the next thing is there should be a filter on our report, right? It shouldn't just be, so I can reduce this title. All right. So I can reduce this title this way. Now let me introduce two filters. I will, so my visualization pane. So I'll click on this is filter. Let me drag it here. I'm bringing in two filters. Remember, all right. So that it takes the same format. So I can also come here and look at the height of this to get, so the height of this is 51. So I can with that plan the height of this. So but I need to drag in something. So let's put let's say we want to do, let's use our hierarchy to do a filter so that we have, so you can see it's a list. I can come here and say make it a drop down. All right, you can see that it's now a drop down. So I can change the title. So it's not a title, I think it's just slicer header. So let me change the slicer header to date. All right, just date. All right, and then that's, let me change the height now. I'll change the height now to 51, right? So that it's in tandem with that. So background effect, right? I want the background to be white. Remember, so it's fine this way. So and I want two guys to be here. What is the width of this? 557. So 557 divided by 2. So I will have to divide that. 557 divided by 2. 278. So let me make this 278 or 277. All right. Yes. 277, so that the other guy, I can even make it the size of this, because this is basically what we determine. So this is 274, and it's starting from where the horizontal position is 8. Okay, so the vertical position is 55. So meaning, okay, sorry, the horizontal position is 842. For this one is what? Horizontal position here is position 843. So I need to change this one to 843, and then change the height to what now? 274. So and change the width to 274, and change the width. So go back 84 position 843. Alright, the height is 274 and the width is 274, so that it matches with what we have here. So I can even Ctrl CV to duplicate it, and then of course, so meaning this one is larger. Let's see the size of this. You can see it should be 274. So I've changed that. You can see that it makes sense now, right? But I will still come here and do selection. Where is group 2? So group 2, I want to collectively reduce the height of group 2. It's too high, so that I can bring in this dates, these filters a bit. So I want to reduce the height. Let's do the height to be 140. Let's try 140, and then I can change the position. The vertical, the horizontal position is 4, the vertical is 55. Let's make it 60 and see where it falls. Okay, let's just make it 65. So I think 65 is okay. Alright, let's just say 64. I think this is okay. So I can now increase this, the height of these guys, right, to like, let's say 55 or 58 or even 60. Alright, the same thing goes for this 60. The same thing for this 60. So you can see that everything aligns now. It's not scattered, everything is aligned, right, and it's looking nice. But let's check something again. Let's check that, because I can see that it's like they are not well distributed horizontally. Let's confirm, align, distribute horizontally. Okay, it's fine. Okay, so we've gotten our date filter. So here now, if you can see you have 2014, 15, 16, 17, 18. If you drill down, you can see quarter 1, 2, 3, 4. If you drill down, you can see January, February, March. Alright, and then if you drill down January, you see all the days in January. So this is what we call, this is one of the essence of using an hierarchy. So you can see this makes sense now. Let's change this date now. We now want to, let's see what other so we can, let's just use product as the other. So this one, remove it, and then add product name as the second. So we can then change the name. So we go to slicer header, make it us, name it products. Let's just say products, right? But it's not in the right order. So let's see category. I think category will be better. Okay, category, or let's do subcategory. Let's do subcategory. This something a bit longer. Okay, yes, subcategory is fine. So let's change this slicer header to subcategory. So this is a simple dashboard, and then now it is still just normal, right? Now how do you now know how everything? So you can see that the colors blend, right? it's it's fine and it's nice. So you can see that it's making sense now. All right, so we've added filter now. So this is an interactive dashboard. So let me reduce this. I just want to see. You can see it's so nice. It's looking so beautiful, isn't it? All right, so now this training. So let's just well, it's a training, so let's just keep it at that. So now if it's interactive by default. So if I click on these chairs now, instantly it will filter through everything. You can see it's saying for these chairs, this is the total sales, this is unique orders, this is the total profit. So this is the average daily sales, 0.7k, that is 700 naira, right? That is one. If I click on this, I can click on three things together by holding control. You can see that everything is interactive. So this is what we call an interactive dashboard, right? I can also come here to check, okay, the lines. I can click on each line, right, and that gives me what that line means. You see, if I want to check out, all right, all I need to do is just double click. All right, or let me just double click on this. Okay, I think I clicked on this, right? The one I clicked on, uh, so let me just see, drill up. Okay, so it's back now. So it's interactive. I can also click on just one of these and it's going to show along. You can see it's showing across it. All right, I can drill down on this as I showed us the other time. This is showing, this is a category. So let's change this guy. Visualization, let's rearrange this. Let category be on top and subcategory be down. So yeah, yes, something of this nature. So if I drill down now, you can see this is the category, right? So if I drill down, I think it's because the background is white. It's because the background is white, that's why you cannot see these guys. So what is there? I want to drill down, or you can also come here and come to drill, data drill, right? So data drill, click on this one, data drill. Let me expand this. Alright, so I can come here, you can see drill down. So it's going to drill down, drill through. Should be drilling, okay, wait, expand next level. Should be drilling down for me now. Okay, you can see it's drilling down, you can see drill down, and then I can drill up. You can see drill down, drill up, drill through. Two should be working now. So you can see that it's showing me the next level test one. So I can drill up to see how that interacts. So I can also come here and say, okay, I just want to see a particular year, maybe 2017, and then it filters through for 2017. I think there is nothing for 2017. Wow, what's happening? Okay, so there is nothing. I think there is no file for 2017. Let's see. 20 is just 2015. I think everything is just 2015. Let's check. Let's look at first quarter of 20. You can see 2015. Let's look at maybe June 2015. You can see it's drilling it down by what let's say I want to see, this is all of June. I just want to see a day in June, maybe 10th of 2015. Okay, what was the sale like? So you can see there was no sale on that 10th. There was sale on, there was no sale on 6th. There was sale on 7th. You can see. So this gives a drill down. All right. So I can uncheck. So I can also, I can presently just filter one, right? I can so, but let's check if the dates part of our fact table has other years, right? So we have dates, we have other years. So we have other years, so but it's not giving us, okay, see this other date, right? um yes, the current active, you can check the current active one. Okay, date and other dates. Okay, okay. So we check, and we have to be sure that we also make this home, to table tools, mark as date. I want to believe we marked it as unmarked, so we marked it already. We marked it already. um so I'm just skeptical. We should be seeing data. All right, so let's try through subcategory. We can also filter. You can see subcategory. All right, you can see that filters through everything, right? So that's how that works, right? And the data as well. Let's see. So really, there is no data. So we can clear filter by just clear selection, right? Clear selection. That takes us back to where we were before. All right. And expand this. Sync other dates. Okay. So basically, this is how you build a report in Power BI. So I'm going to send you a project. You just practice this, look at how you do this, how all the formattings I've done and all that, and then I'll send you a project, work on it, right? If you have any question, let me know. Bye. I hope you enjoy the class.